Hello, good morning. It is the afternoon for me, early afternoon. But anyway, welcome back to my channel. What I'm doing today is summer bucket list brainstorming. I started this last night. I have two notebooks, and I probably need a third one to finalize because that's just how I roll. Really, most of the brainstorming I did was last night. So I'm going to go through some of the process and ideas. And getting through a final list probably not going to happen today. Or it's probably not going to happen on camera, but it's probably going to happen today, in my day. I'm going to do it. And hopefully if you're watching this, you're going to do it also. If you want. I like doing the bucket list or the bingo card. I don't know. I'll try to find the person on TikTok who originated this idea of doing your yearly goals in a bingo card, because I found that really helpful over the last 3 years for me, accomplishing things or doing things. And I got the idea to do a summer bucket list. It's something that people just generally do, especially younger people. I see a lot of teenagers on Pinterest and on TikTok. They do summer bucket lists, and that's cute. I hope they all have a great summer. But the person who really inspired me is Evelyn from the internets. In 2023, she made a series of summer bucket list TikToks. And I was like, all right, let's do this, following along, so fun. And in 2024, she did a video of how to make your own summer bucket list and categories. So I followed up on those as well. I'm not just going to play her whole TikTok. I feel like that's wrong. But the categories she gave were something scary, something silly, something sexy / sensual / romantic or spicy, something smart / sensible, something special, something spontaneous, something seasonal, and something from last year. So that's kind of a jumping off point. When I was doing the categories, sometimes I was like, does this really belong in this category? Does this not? I was not taking it too serious. I was taking it seriously, but I was like, don't take this too seriously. Just put it wherever it feels like your impulse to put it. So I'm not even going to necessarily tell you what categories, the things I brainstormed fell in. And then I also took a few of my goals that are already on my year bingo card. They're already my goals from the year. I was like, okay, I'm going to make progress towards these specific goals or things that I want to do and put it on my summer bucket list, because that will support my goals for the whole year. Everything doesn't have to be brand new. And then the other thing that I saw, and this was really more where I was saying teenagers on Pinterest. Normally I would do a bingo card. However, I just wasn't feeling that. And I made a very long list of things. So what I kind of want to do is a point system with milestones. Or if you get this amount of points, get prize, woo, or something like that. I'm not motivated really by prizes or gifts to myself, because I just buy stuff that I want. Sometimes, if it's a big purchase, this camera was a prize to myself from my last year's bingo, woo, because I did really well. But it's helpful, and it's giving me permission to buy something. And there's something I want to buy that it would be nice to give myself permission to do that. So this is a scheme that Todd set up for me to get a Kaoli perfume. All right. But I want to do a point system and do easy, medium, hard. And then there's milestones for like 100 points or whatever. I need to figure the system out. I saw there was one person who had easy was 2 points. They had a 5 points, 10 points, and 20 points, I think. I'm just playing around. I'm playing games. Okay, so now on to the like actual ideas or what I've been thinking of. First off, things from Evelyn's 2023 list that I'm interested in that I either didn't complete or want to revisit. And there's just 3 of them. Make dip. I kept thinking to myself, I have to make dip this summer. My homework is dip, but I didn't ever make the dip. It never seemed like it. I didn't get the opportunity to make dip. 2, dance at 100%. I just want to go somewhere where there's a dance floor because every place I've been to, these like bars or whatever, they're playing music and people are just standing around. But also, here's the thing. I don't want to leave my house at 10 p.m. to go somewhere. So that might be my fault. So maybe I'll go to like a real club. There's actually 2 that I want to go to. So maybe I'll go to a real club and really like oons, 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 oons. Like that's my dream. Okay. And the third one is to make a significant change to your appearance. I'm kind of already in the process of experimenting with like how I look. I'm doing and trying new things. I said I was in my wig era. It lasted for 2 weeks. Maybe I'll re-enter wig era for a couple of weeks. Experimenting with my appearance, making some kind of change, trying something out. I want to do that. I feel like every summer, or I feel like it's summer and fall, or spring and fall. I'm like, okay, who's the new person I'm becoming? Like, what's the new thing that I'm doing with the way that I look? Like, change of seasons, change of aesthetics, and then I'm just the same. I'm wearing the same stuff every year, wearing all my old clothes, if they fit me. Big if. I'm not into like tattoos or piercings or anything like that. My ears are so tiny that I don't... Like, I could fit stuff up here. I don't know if I could get seconds, but I already don't really wear jewelry. I should have put some jewelry on for this video. One of my things is actually I want to wear my jewelry more, and I want to wear my perfumes more. The stuff from my year goals are I want to try pho. I've never had pho, and it's because in like 2019, 2020, I was talking to one of my classmates at school, and I was telling her how I've never had pho before. And she was like, oh my God, let's go together. I love pho. She was going to introduce me to the experience. Then the city shut down. And she's still literally my best friend, but we've never had pho together. And I'm like, I'm saving my first time for you. So maybe I'm doing too much, but I have to get on her and be like, we need to go eat pho together. That's that's a you and me twin. Where have you been? Okay. Next one is I want to sew something and wear it out. This isn't necessarily the wording that I have on my goals list is I wanted to sew a fashion or textile art piece. But I, at this point, will be satisfied with just sewing something and wearing it. I bought some fabric that it's literally ruched at the top and like loose on the bottom. You sew one line down it and it becomes and sew the hem and it becomes a dress. I am making it so easy for myself. I just need to like go downstairs and turn my sewing machine on. I need to commit to that. So I loosened it up for myself already. Now I like really have to do it. I've made it easy. It's the motivation and the just committing the time to it. And I know it literally won't take that much time, even though I do want to customize it a little bit so that instead of 2 straight stitches, it's maybe like 4 or 5. Like, whoa. Come on, girl. You can do it. All right, next. Read 4 books. My goal for the whole year is 20 books. 3-4 months, 3-4 books. Light work. I want to do some drawings and or do a couple of paintings. I'm going to have to do them in the 3D space. Like, I'm going to have to do them with like pen and paper. For a few years now, I've been doing more like digital drawings. What started me doing digital drawings is I got tendinitis, and holding a pencil was just incredibly painful. Almost gave up drawing. Instead, I started drawing digitally in Photoshop because the stylus for my computer tablet is it's thicker and more comfortable. Anyway, I still have tendinitis. I need to do a wrist strengthening routine. But I am in a place now where I can like hold a pen and pencil, which is fantastic. I bought 5 blank canvases from the art store. I started one of them. And I want to do 2 more in the next 4 months. Sounds good. Oh, and the reason I'm going to have to be doing this on pen and paper is because my computer was running out of space and it couldn't update Photoshop Photoshop was not usable is how much it needed to be updated because of the lack of storage space that I had on my computer since putting Premiere Pro on that to edit videos. So I deleted Photoshop. In my bird brain, I was like, well, I'll delete it. Deleting it will free up the space I need to download the newest version. Not how that works. So now Photoshop is just not on my computer. Adobe does now have web apps. And because I have an Adobe subscription, I can use the web apps. But I have to experiment with the Photoshop one. I have on my yearly goals to do like, I think it's like 3 drawings. Maybe instead I'm going to do these 5 paintings. Or 3 paintings maybe. I'm going to make paintings. Next thing, I want to have a personal photo shoot. I want pictures of myself, and I want not just like cell phone pictures, like nice pictures. Like I'm willing to pay a photographer. I have this camera. Maybe I need to get a tripod and take them myself because trying to find a photographer has not been working. But I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to like dress up and do photos. I really wanted like a birthday photo shoot or something. And I've been saving ideas for that. Maybe it'll have to be self-portraits. Next thing, make a puppet. For those unfamiliar with my game, that sounds very random. People who know me are like, yeah, you're the puppet girl. Not even like I have made a lot of puppets, but my love for puppets, my appreciation for puppets. I've made at least 2. I'm trying to think if there was a third one. Oh yeah, I've made 3. I've made 3 puppets. I'm going to add /art doll because I saw a video about topsy-turvy dolls on TikTok. And when I was a kid, I had 2 topsy-turvy dolls. And if you don't know what those are, it's like a doll. It's a doll with like a face, an outfit, and it's wearing a dress. And when you flip the doll upside down and pull the dress down, it's a different doll with a different face wearing a different dress. And I had one that was a Cinderella transformation where it was Cinderella and you flip her dress and she's wearing her ball gown. If I accomplish it, you will see it because I'm trying to talk about my art. Next thing, let's move on. 5K run walk, probably walk. What I realized running is not that complicated. Like, just go faster, just run. I was like, oh, I can be a runner. And I can be a runner. I still probably could. I could probably couch to 5K and run a 5K. Have I been exercising and training and going on jogs? No. So I would probably walk, but I could probably run some of the way. Just off vibes, for real, just off vibes. It's just a 5K. Most definitely I can walk a 5K. I know that that's something I 100% can do. There was one I was interested in, but again, I was going through stuff and it passed. I was literally talking to a friend about it and they were like, "Oh, when is this event?" I went to look it up. It was the week before. I was like, "Well, I'll get them next time." Next thing, museum visit. This is not hard. There are plenty of museums around me that I have gone to several times. That I'll probably go to the zoo too. There's one I like just heard about that I want to go to. And there's one that's part of the same organization as the zoo I most normally go to, but it's in a different part of the state. It's in a different area. I've never been there because it's not like the zoo I go to is really close to me. Why would I go to the one that's super far away? But anyway, I'm gonna look at art. I'm gonna look at history. I'm gonna see exhibits. And last thing, I have a 30-day vlog/video challenge. I want to get on here and do Vlogust. I really do. Do I have faith in myself? Not really. It's hard and I do a lot of stuff. I'm trying to be outside, most definitely. And that is a bit of a time conflict, but like, I just need to make short videos. Like, this is probably gonna be an hour and I'm gonna be mad, but I just need to like limit myself to like 30 or like 15, 30 minutes and do like fewer long ones, because what am I talking about anyway? My last video, the movie video, the footage was over 2 hours and the video was 45 minutes. What are they talking about? They ain't talking about nothing. Let me chill. Okay. So Vlogust may be coming. If I don't do it, you'll all know that I failed and I didn't get my points. Also on my list is a 30-day writing challenge. But that's also kind of a big time commitment because I'm a slow writer. So that's my stuff from my New Year's goals list. All right, ideas. So like I said before, I want to experiment with my look, dress more adventurously, wear my accessories and like my jewelry. I have those all on there, but I need to think of a way to put it down in a way that it's check-offable. I need quantitative goals. I don't like to just be like, do this more, do that more. I need it to be something I can check off and give myself a point. So maybe I'll do some kind of like styling challenge, or like, I feel like even 1 point, I could like if I'm like, okay, 1 point for every time I wear jewelry, rack those up. I guess I would just have to make my end goal points higher. So we'll do something. And same with perfume and like body sprays. I want to use them. So maybe I'll give those like a really low point value, or like make it like half a point. I'll figure it out. In the same vein of like low point value items are beach trips and pool trips. 2023 to 2024, I learned how to swim. I can swim enough to not drown, and I'm really more confident swimming in a pool, but I'm still pretty much a beginner swimmer. So I'm trying to be in the pool, strengthening my skills. If I can, I paid for lessons and I do not regret paying for lessons, but I'm definitely rusty. And if I can, I want to take free community center lessons. If I can't take lessons again, I will just be at the pool. I'm trying to be at the pool like every week. And I want to go to the beach. I want to flounder around in the water. I want to tan. One time my sister looked at me and she said, "I've never seen tan lines on a black person." And I was so happy with my tan. It wasn't necessarily that I care about my color or like tanning to look a certain way. I was proud of my tan because it was like, I'm outside in nature. I'm walking. I'm at the beach. I'm doing stuff. I'm not like bed rotting. That's what I really liked about my tan. So that's also on the board. I want to be tan because I want to be outside. I also want to be wearing sunscreen. Very important. If you have melanin, make sure you tan your palms and not tan. Make sure you sunscreen your palms and the bottoms of your feet because that's where your skin is the least protected. Also, just because you don't have a sunburn doesn't mean you do not have sun damage. Wear sunscreen. All right, next, karaoke. One of my goals last year was I wanted to learn a song from beginning to end, like memorize all the lyrics. And it started out as I wanted to learn a poem, and I was like, that's too hard for me. Let me learn a song. And I did that. I learned all the words to It Never Rains in Southern California. And now I want to belt it. And I want to try a new recipe. This reinforces the dip activity. When it comes to me cooking or baking, doing stuff in the kitchen, it goes in phases because, like, I live with a bunch of people and it's not easy for me to just like be in the kitchen all the time. It's not that I can't or I won't or I don't want to. It's that if I'm at home and I don't time it right, I don't get time in the kitchen. Next thing, I want to get good at hula hooping. Very randomly, a few days ago, I just like opened my eyes and I was like, I want a hula hoop. So I went to the store and I bought one. So I want to get good at it. I want to throw a party. The reason throwing a party is like intimidating or like a big deal for me is I would need like some kind of venue space. I want to learn a TikTok dance and post it. Learning choreography is intimidating to me. And I know TikTok dances they're not that hard. Or at least they're like doable. I could do it. I want to ride a bike. Even as a kid, I didn't really know how to ride a bike for real. Learning to cornrow. I can't braid my hair to my scalp. I can barely do a flat twist. Though, I was just telling some people the other day, I feel like I don't have the proprioception necessary to cornrow my hair. Like, I don't have enough awareness. Like, my mind-body connection isn't strong enough to cornrow. But I'm going to try. I'm going to be in my straightbacks era. Jumping in a pool. I have jumped in a pool before. When I was doing swimming lessons, I had to do it a couple of times. It's scary. Like, you can't really jump into a community pool. I'm going to have to find a pool to go to. I'm going to have to find a pool party to go to. How about that? Period. Last night, as I was doing this, I got the save the date to register for an artist retreat. It's not happening in the summer, but I put registering for it on my list. So I will be committing to go. If you've been following, I have been applying to artist residencies. I applied to 2 this year. Got rejected from both. But I was saying in those videos, I did know this opportunity was coming and I'll have to pay for it. I can apply for a scholarship. I feel like it's needs based. So I feel like my finances on paper, they're probably not going to give me the needs based scholarship, but I don't know if I can do this, but I put it on here. Fill a whole sketchbook. I've kind of filled a sketchbook before. The way I use sketchbooks also isn't like full page spreads of like finished art pieces. Like, it's like doodles, sketches, thumbnails. Like, my sketchbooks like be looking trash. So if I was really committed to it, I could fill a sketchbook in 3-4 months. But am I really committed to it? We'll see. Probably not. This is probably not going to make the list. I've never done an escape room. So I want to do that. I've never been to Dave and Buster's, and I got it really in my head that I want to do that on the list. Rage Room, arcade, like those like game like things like game activity things. I want to do it. I want to try it. Amusement park. This has been on my like goals, like lists for years now. I want to go to an amusement park. Even going back to like the list I made to motivate me to learn how to drive, I put going to an amusement park on there. But my friends don't like amusement parks. I don't have friends who like going on rides. I'm going to have to make it work. I know one person who said they would go to the amusement park with me. Moving on. Making waist speeds. I put this here with a question mark. This actually goes back to one of Evelyn's items from her 2023 list, DIY accessories. I have that on here, in my notebook here. It's in here somewhere. DIY accessories. But DIYing something like and wearing it in general, it's a running theme. I don't know if that's going to stay on my list, but one of my contenders on my list. Drunk bowling. This is in the same vein as like going to Dave and Buster's to me, like just an activity. I put drunk bowling, but it's choose your own adventure sobriety bowling. Really. I'm not going to enforce drunk bowling. I'm going to be like, hey, who wants to go bowling? Also, we can drink. I've been seeing an ad around for a paint and sip press-on nails event. And I was like, ooh, that sounds like fun. I can also do that myself. Like, I don't need to pay a ticket price to do that. I feel like that's I've been thinking of birthday party ideas too. Because I want to do something for my birthday. And also, when I need a mental distraction, thinking of stuff to do for my birthday and looking up that has been helpful. So DIY press-ons or paint and sip press-ons, again, the same as with the drunk bowling, it's choose your own adventure sobriety-wise. I really don't even drink like that, honestly. I very occasionally drink. I want to go to a Pride event. Never been to one. I've always been like working or like they'll be at the most random times. I don't know. This June, I'm outside. I'll go to a club. I'll dress up and go to a club. And I have to commit to leaving my house at like 10 o'clock and going, all right, I'm outside. I'm such a morning person. Can I go to a day party? But whatever. Stiletto pumps in the club. I'm milkmaid dresses in the club. I try to dress for where I'm going, so I'm not for real. But like, that's way closer to who I am. So I don't really have clubbing clothes, and I want to get going out tops. Sunset photos at the beach. I want to do it. I want to have one. It looks so pretty and so cute. I want to do it so badly. And this also reinforces, I want a photo shoot. What was this? These are more the sensible ones, so I'm going to turn down for a little bit. I need a travel credit card. I have one, but I don't really have, like, the type of benefits that I get with it, not that impressive. So I want a travel credit card that will actually give me, like, good benefits and protections, because the last time I flew, third time ever getting on a plane, was a disaster. I did not get reimbursed the money I was supposed to get reimbursed from the airline. And I need a travel credit card that will, like, protect me more. I want to learn how to, and to try darning something, like some socks or a sweater. It's just interesting to me. As a person who sews, there's mending I can do with like split seams and stuff like that, where you just sew it closed. Filling holes in like knitwear patching stuff is something that I don't do. So I just kind of want to give it a try. Volunteering. I want to volunteer. It will be to do work for others, but it will also be for me in a sense to make make it feel real, if you know what I mean. There's a place / organization that I know that I looked at their volunteer opportunities, and I really like them, and I really want to go. It was another thing that I was like, maybe I'll do this for my birthday, but they have very specific requirements, and I wanted to make sure with everyone who I was thinking about going with that they would be able to meet those requirements. And everyone I've talked about it was like, yes, I'm willing to do that. So maybe that's something that I'll do for my birthday too. Like go with a group and we'll all volunteer together and then go have dinner afterwards or something. In the same vein, I think it would be cool to donate to a back to school drive. Back to school shopping for me as a kid was something that was kind of stressful at times, or it was oh, I always had to get the cheapest thing, or I couldn't get everything on my list, and it's totally fine. Literally I'm fine. I don't think a sturdier folder with a Lisa Frank design on it would have really greatly affected my life and my ability to succeed. I did great. But I do think I have this desire in my mind to go on a shopping spree and be able to get a bunch of stuff all at once. And I think it comes from back to school shopping and the start of the school year being the time where you get your new shoes, your new clothes for the whole year, all your stuff, and it's supposed to last you the whole year. And last year, I really wanted to do, I really felt the urge to do back to school shopping. And I did end up donating money to an organization that was doing a back to school drive because that's what they were accepting. They weren't accepting items. But I feel like I could feed that part of my inner child by buying items and donating them. If the opportunity presents itself to do that, then I will do that. If it doesn't and I can just donate money again, I probably will do that. I think also in the holiday season, it would be inner child healing for me to donate toys. Do they have toy drives for the summer? Because I kind of want to do that. I feel like that's fun. Get the kids some chalk. Another potential on the list is a digital detox, media detox, or media deprivation week. And I feel like doing a full detox, absolutely nothing, is way easier for me than if I'm I'm not going to be on TikTok this week, or I'm not going to be on Instagram this week. I feel like if I'm using one, I just automatically oh, click this app. But if I'm not doing anything, I'm it's easier for me. All right, more stuff. Road trip. I can do a day trip, I think. Earlier this year, me and my friend did a 4 or 5 hour drive to visit another friend. And I would like to do that again. This is similar to the hula hoop. I got it randomly in my head that I want to play tennis. I've never played tennis. I've never picked up a tennis racket. My sister used to play tennis, and she used to go to tennis camp. But she lives across the country now, so I can't ask her to play with me. I need a tennis buddy. But maybe I'll play tennis. I don't want to buy equipment and not use it, because that's something I kind of do a lot with exercise equipment or sports equipment. I'll buy something and use it a couple times and then not really use it again. And I need to keep reminding myself that exercise is free. Disposable camera. Getting and using a disposable camera for a period of time or for an event or something. That's intriguing to me, but I'm also I have a camera and I have my phone. So part of me is oh, that's really cool, I should do it. And part of me is also just use your camera. Just use your phone. The like point and the purpose is to take more photos. When I'm like enjoying myself and having fun, I don't take photos. I just am in the moment. I like have to remind myself or tell myself like at some point I need to take a photo. Or sometimes I'm just in the mood and I'll be like taking selfies, taking photos, stuff like that. But I want to take more photos, have some like memories. I print out my photos. I like having pictures and I want more of them. But anyway, I have siblings who take photos. And I was like, oh, it'd be fun to go with them to two places and take photos together. I don't know if they'll want to do that with me. I think that would be cute. We have a decent relationship. We're just on different timing. Like, I'm a morning person, and I'm like, if I'm not outside by 10 a.m., what am I doing? And one of my siblings is really like, I'm gonna go take a walk at 9 at night, and I'm like, why? But I want to see fireflies, so actually that is something I want to do. Snorkeling. When I went to Costa Rica, I did snorkeling, but I couldn't be fully in it. I was not feeling good, and it kind of like turned down like the last few days of my vacation. I think I just would enjoy snorkeling more if I had another experience snorkeling. I don't really know anywhere around me where I can snorkel, but putting it out in the universe. Another thing I like don't know if I can do around here is a bonfire. I really like the idea of a bonfire. I don't think it's allowed on any of the beaches near me. I don't know if it's like a thing, but like get me near a fire pit, let me make some s'mores. Like, I'm feeling the fantasy. Strawberry picking or some kind of fruit picking. I've been apple picking. So the fruit picking seasons, they come and go very fast, and I'm not aware of like when is what. So I miss them a lot, but that's on my list. I'll have to research it. It might fall off the list because I've missed it. Tie-dyeing or bleach dyeing. I kind of want to have a tie-dye party. Again, a thing where I would need to find a space to do it in. But it sounds like a lot of fun. And I feel like I could get a group of people together to do it. Like I'm imagining it visually in my head already. And I'm like, this is happening. Like I have the tie-dye kit in my cart already. I also put build a sandcastle on here. Is it something I really want to do? Not sure, but it's on here. Another thing from the Artist's Way that I put on here is doing morning pages. Waking up every morning and journaling 3 pages of thoughts, like straight through. That was such a task. I don't even... My feeling on morning pages isn't even like super strong. Like I don't hate morning pages. I hated getting up super early in the morning. I hated doing them before work. But I don't hate morning pages themselves. But I'm also not like... I don't champion morning pages. So... thinking about it, I think what it really is I want to journal more. So let me just write that down. Journal more. I'd like to get a manicure and pedicure. I've had my nails done once, like professionally. I got acrylics for my vacation, but I didn't get a pedicure. They offered it to me. But I was like, no. I kind of wish I had said yes, just for the experience. Next thing, kayaking. I really enjoyed kayaking when I did it. I felt like I am just loose in the middle of this water. Anything could happen to me. But I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. This is something I saw on a specific TikTok, and if I can find the video again, I'll put the person's name, because this was not an idea I saw all over the place. It was one person's idea. Q&A with my future self. Like, I would basically film myself like here, asking some questions, and then later, maybe at the end of the summer, maybe this is how I'll kick off my summer bucket list. At the end of the summer, film myself answering those questions. I think that would be pretty neat. Going to a live show or concert. I put live show or concert specifically because I don't necessarily, it's not necessarily just going to see a musical artist. I'd like to see a musician. I'd like to see a play, like to go to the ballet or a symphony, like anything like that. I just want to see people on the stage. I put thrift something cool. I am not a big thrifting person. I don't thrift a lot. I don't like digging. Thrifting is for people who like digging, especially clothes. Like, I like looking at like the home decor and like decorations and like glassware and stuff. But if I end up in a thrift store, I want to get something cool. But again, like, also at the same time, I'm like, I'm not prioritizing just spending money and buying things. PowerPoint party. I think it would be fun. I like doing presentations. I used to literally make not PowerPoint, Prezi specifically. I used to make Prezi presentations for fun when I was in high school. It's just how I spent my free time. My parents didn't have to worry about me getting into trouble. But I love fun facts and information and yelling at people. So PowerPoint party. Doing a fancy dinner and dressing up. Sounds fun, want to do it. These things also were in the vein of like birthday party ideas. But I want to do a lot of like social outings, apparently. I'm interested in henna, but I would want to do it in a culturally conscious way. So it's on my list. It's something I'm thinking about. But I'll have to think about it more. Riding a horse. Don't know how I'm going to do that, but looks interesting. Drive-in movie. I know 2 places where I could go for a drive-in movie. I was talking to a friend about it, and she was like, it's not that great of an experience, but it's fun to have had the experience. Like, it's not the best way to watch a movie, but it's for the vibe. Making a bouquet or a floral arrangement, that would be interesting. I haven't really bought flowers before, but like going to like Trader Joe's or whatever, picking up a few random flowers and making an arrangement, that sounds interesting. Guided meditation. I've done plenty of guided meditations, but mostly I put them on to fall asleep. Maybe I should do one when I'm awake. Okay, so this has been my brainstorming sesh, or like a recap, honestly, of my brainstorming sesh for my summer bucket list. I'm going to keep working on it. You keep working on yours. This is homework. I'm giving you homework. Do a summer bucket list. Look at how different ways people format it. I'm probably not going to put it on a poster and like hang it up. I know people love to do that. So I'm going to figure out a form for it to take. It's probably going to be digital. And a system for keeping track of the things and the points. So that's going to be it for me. If you made it this far, thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you didn't make it this far, you're not even going to see this. If you like the video. If you have more summer bucket list ideas or want to share or discuss anything in the video that I talked about, comment in the comments. Subscribe if you want. If you don't, then don't. Share if you want. If you don't, then don't. Thanks for sticking around. Goodbye.